Hello and welcome back to The Binding of Isaac and the adventures of Azazel, who is currently actually doing pretty well. He's got his nice little friend, Little Chub, as well as our Death Fly, and a ball of bandages, which, I mean, the ball of bandages isn't admittedly all that amazing, but everything else is pretty darn amazing. Currently, we are on one of those levels where we can't see our actual health at this point, which is a small problem, because I really have no clue how much health we actually have left, which is just a tiny little issue there. You know, I generally like to know when imminent death is possible, and when I'm not aware of such a thing, generally there's existential crises and such things. It's nice when you can omit the existential crisis and just go straight to the utter demise. That's so much nicer. But anyway, Azazel, oh my word, I just walked into that. I literally just walked into that fire. I didn't even care about my continued existence. I just said, okay, here we go, time to die. I mean, in the very least, we got another heart, so I guess that makes up for it. Does that really make up for it? Or is it just still a net loss, because we could have had so much more? I will admit, putting out these fires takes a lot longer with Azazel. What is this? It's a kidney bean. The bean, toot on command. Aha. Yeah, sure. I don't know what that means. I don't understand what that does. I think we've gotten the kidney bean before, but I cannot remember in the slightest what it's supposed to do. I'm sure it's something good, question mark? I mean, I'm pretty sure it won't kill us. Ow. Unlike most things in Binding of Isaac, I'm pretty sure that's the case. So, we'll just take down this guy. That's under control. We're not doing too bad, I will admit. I mean, I've made it out like we're doing pretty terribly, and we're actually, I think, okay at this point. Azazel should be able to deal with the small quantities of death that are currently occurring around him and to him, which is really the more concerning part, is that which is occurring to him. But, you know. This should be under control. We don't have much cash. I mean, there's a shop here, but we're kind of strapped for cash. I think because I may have donated a considerable quantity of cash to a particular shopkeep, which is arguably not a good idea, but, you know, I'm dead. See, if I'd known that I had so little health, I would have fought far more conservatively. However, no such thing, as we are now dead. We were killed by something as ugly as that thing, which looks really very little like the enemy that actually killed us. And of course, we leave all that we own to our cat guppy. Man, I will say, Azazel is very powerful, but the fact that you have to get so close to the enemies every time is just a really risky gambit. It has to be said. Well, we've gone with Azazel, and I think we might as well run a Magdalene, because that is the only character we have unlocked that we haven't used. Look at that thing. Jeez. Okay, let's look at Magdalene here. Apparently we have some form of heart that has an ability. I have no clue what that is. Our stats are pretty standard, I think. We just have 4 hearts instead of 3. So, I mean, that's a thing. Magdalene, I hope that you're totally worth all of the effort that we're putting into this, because if you just immediately die, I will not be terribly happy, Magdalene. And in saying that, let's actually check what this does. I have no clue. I don't think that did anything. It might be a heal ability. I have no clue. I mean, given that literally our using it did nothing, because of course, I mean, we didn't have whatever is required to actually use it. There's no telling what that item actually does at this point. Unless, of course, you know, the wiki, but we're better than that. We're better than that. We can deal with not knowing things, probably, for a little while, up until the dread of the unknown just washes over us. Hello, my poop friends. You are about to get wrecked. If we could get some speed upgrades, actually, that'd be great, because I am noticing she is really freaking slow. That is one of her things. She's, like, tanky, but super slow, which is not my favorite thing. I prefer to take no damage and be rather fast than be slow and take all the damage, you know? I just feel like it's better. I mean, I guess both can succeed equally, but I don't care. Logic does not matter here. All that matters here is feeling like we're doing a good job. Which currently, I think we're doing a pretty decent job, admittedly. We just got these flies to deal with, and we should be okay. So at this point, if we use this item, okay, it does heal us. There we go. So Magdalene's item appears to be some form of healing ability. How much health it gives us, not 100% certain. Just based on a guess, I would say 1 entire heart. But it's hard to tell because we only healed a half a heart. My reflection boomerang tears. Oh. Why do we have to get such bad upgrades? I mean, that's bad. Look at that. Look at the range that no longer exists. Who thought that that was a good ability? Oh, Magdalene, I am so sorry for the terrible, terrible things that are going to happen to you when you go into that boss fight and get absolutely killed because you have 0 range. Oh, and it's the Gurglings. Yeah, I would have preferred Monstro, actually, because Monstro is rather easy to deal with. Gurglings, not quite as much. I mean, there's really nothing that's quite as easy to deal with as Monstro. Monstro is, without question, the easiest thing to deal with, basically, in the world. So there is that, but the Gurglings are still pretty darn bad when it comes down to it. Come on, get that guy. Okay, 1 down. Gurgling number 2 won't last much longer, I can assure you. Magdalene has this well under control, says the guy who just immediately runs into one of them. We got this in the bag. So, I don't even know about Magdalene. I mean, it really depends, I guess, on what we get. Because on the face of it, she's not that extraordinary. She's kind of like Lazarus, except doesn't come back to life, which means she's really nothing like like Lazarus. Oh, nice. Oh, actually, with that upgrade, the range up's okay. It's not really all that great, but it does give us a little extra range, and the speed is nice, because now we're basically at a normal level with Magdalene. So we've got the standard speed, like basic stats of everything, but at this point, Magdalene is slightly more powerful with her single additional heart. That should be good. Okay, Magdalene, I said you were terrible, but given that you now have some form of steroid ability, that is definitely going to make up for all of your failures, Magdalene. Thank you very much for being so cooperative. Anyway, with that, it will bring us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, Magdalene will be back with her apparently terribly disgusting face. And she will, try her best to survive. I can assure you of nothing. These boomerang tears are not doing us any favors at this point, but, we'll figure it out. Although this is pretty cool, I will admit. This is nice. Anyway, until then, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.